Hey, I'm Chris, and this is That's a Wrap. And today we have a guest, a guy I met, and I watched him blow up on YouTube. So he loves Disney. He's a great dad, and I love talking to him. So let's bring in VP.
What
Hey,
up?
VP.
How's it going?
It's going great. So I'm so happy I get to talk to you. It's been a long time since we got to talk.
Yes, it has. Our schedules went completely backwards, and thank you for having me.
Yeah. Hey. So one of the things I did want to ask you, you guys went to Vegas here recently, right?
Yeah, actually, we went from never have gone to Vegas to being in Vegas twice this year.
Oh wow. Twice
So
this year already?
yeah.
Oh wow. Hey
Uh,
Sandy, thanks for coming in.
Sandy, how's it going? Yeah, we went. Our very first time was back in August.
Right.
Um, for those of you who've never been to Vegas, don't go in August. Um, it's not. No, you're
Right.
literally the easiest way I can explain it. Put your oven on 400 degrees, let it preheat, and stick your arm in the middle of the oven like this, and that's what it feels like the whole time.
Right, right. And this is the guy that when my daughter was explaining what it's like to live in Florida, she said, take a shower, get out, don't dry off, and put your clothes on. He said, no, then you get back in the shower. Is what he told.
I mean, because like you talk to my dad, that used to live in Oregon, now lives in Hawaii. He would come here to visit, and the moment he would walk outside, he's drenched.
Wow.
He was like, I can't deal with the humidity. In Vegas, you have the opposite.
Right.
It's dry heat. Here in Florida, when you get a breeze, the breeze cools you off for that little second.
Right.
In Vegas, we learned that it's like having a full size blow dryer on high heat just blowing on you.
Right. Right.
But we just went again a few weeks ago because my dad was in Vegas for a week, so we hadn't seen him in a couple of years due to the pandemic and stuff. And it was a good opportunity for us to go hang out with him. So we literally went to Vegas to relax. Not
Oh,
many
wow.
people say they go to Vegas to relax, but that's what we did this time. Just hung out at the resort with my dad, and the weather was beautiful.
Oh,
It was
wow.
perfect.
Yeah.
So November is a good month to go to Vegas.
So you do any gambling?
I did the first time. I learned how to play roulette and fell in love with it.
Oh, wow.
Which is dangerous.
Yes.
But I loved roulette. I'll play that, but I'll definitely put a budget and control myself. Because when you hit your number, it's fun.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's fun if you hit on anything. Hey, Kadani Sean, thanks for
What
coming
up,
in.
Sean?
So, I've been to Vegas twice, and I went for a wedding the second
Okay.
time. Hey, Amy.
Amy, what's up? How's it going?
But this isn't my story. This is actually my brother's story. My brother goes out there all the time. Well, this was
Okay.
one of the first times he went out there. Well, him and his wife had spent too much money and didn't know if they had enough money until they had to come back, like eat and everything like that. So my mom and dad, they used to go to Vegas every single year.
Okay.
And my mom plays Keno, and she plays one machine.
Okay.
In the Mirage, and she always wins. So my brother's on the phone with my dad saying, Dad, I don't know what to do and everything like that. He goes, go to the Mirage
and play this machine.
And he gave my brother the serial number of the machine. The exact serial. My brother played, they won $400.
Wow. What? Yeah. Tell your mom to give you that serial number. I'll need that serial number to go find it. The last time I played Keno, I was in Oregon.
Okay.
It was at a little bar, a little corner bar.
Right.
And this was so long ago. This was like 18 years ago, I think. Maybe even longer than that. And I think it was about 20 years ago, actually. And the way my dad taught me to play Keno in Oregon is you take $20, you pick your numbers, you turn it in, you go sit down with your buddies and you eat and drink, and at the end of the night you go check your ticket. And so I go turn in my ticket, and the guy, I see him counting fives, ones. I was like, oh sweet, I got some money back.
Right.
And he comes over and he starts counting 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82. I'm like, whoa. And I won over $400. And similar to your brother,
Right.
We were halfway through our trip when I did this. And the first half of the trip, we went on a road trip from Oregon.
Hold on.
From
just
Oregon down to Katrina. What up? How's it going?
Hey, Katrina.
Anna.
Have them on a live stream.
Oh, okay, sorry.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
What up, Anna and Katrina?
Hey, Anna. All right. Sorry, BP.
So then the first part of the trip, we did a road trip from Portland through Bend all the way down to Southern Oregon and then back up. And so we spent way more money than we thought. Funds were super low. We're like, what are we going to do for the rest of the trip? And I was like, I'll take one of my last 20s and go play Keno. And I won. It was like $425.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And my dad said, that means you hit your numbers one time. Had you hit them again, you wouldn't have got money tonight, and you would have had to drive to the Capitol to claim your money.
Wow.
So, very similar story.
Right. So did you guys go see any shows or anything while you're in Vegas?
So the very first trip, we'll just talk about that one because the second one we literally did nothing. We just relaxed. We didn't do any shows. I put out some vlogs. So in the vlogs you'll see pretty much what we did. We did the Hoover Dam. We did some gambling on slots. We didn't record at the roulette table. We tried In-N-Out for the first time.
I don't think you can record. Am I right?
I don't know. I know on slots you can.
Oh, really? I didn't think you could record at all in those, but
yeah. And I don't know if it's certain. I don't know if it's the casino policy or what, because there's actually YouTube channels that I've come across that they actually go live and they sit at the slot machine and it's just pointed at the screen and they just sit there and play, and that's their live.
Huh. I've never seen those. But...
So I don't know if it's different states or what. I haven't looked into that. I'm not into that like that.
You ate it In-N-Out burger.
We ate it In-N-Out.
How was that?
I liked it. We did a short little vlog. I didn't record very much there. The one thing a couple things I liked about In-N-Out. One, the quality of the ingredients is, for a fast food place, way better than everybody else.
I hope so.
I mean, there's a guy in the back. He's cutting the fries just like they do at Five Guys, right? Like taking the potato and smashing it through the slice. Thank you, Katrina. She giving me a hard time about not putting out vlogs for a while. And so the lettuce, the tomato, all of that on the burger is great quality. The one thing I will say, and then the price. I mean, you're getting a cheeseburger or hamburger or whatever for just over $2.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
And the quality of the ingredients is better than what you're getting on a $2 burger at McDonald's. Way better.
Right.
But the patties are a little small. That's why they're so cheap.
Right.
But for the price and the ingredients, it's definitely a good place to go. The one thing I missed out on is because we were exhausted, we weren't thinking straight. We didn't get animal style. So when we go back, we'll definitely get animal style. Animal style is I don't even. The reason it didn't register is because it's not on the menu. You just have to ask for it.
Okay.
But In-N-Out was good. We ate at the vlog that I'm working on now to get out this week is a review of Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Definitely. That was an impromptu. Like we were literally just walking back to the car down the strip, and we walked past Hell's Kitchen, and Arlene lit up, and I had just won money at the roulette table, so I was like, well, let's go see if there's a wait. And we walk up, and there was literally zero wait. They sat us down immediately. I was like, all right, well, let's eat then. Let's go.
Wow.
and that was a cool experience.
Right.
Definitely win some money at the table or bring extra money with you to eat there.
Oh, wow.
Because it's not a cheap place. I would say if you're looking at it at Disney prices, it's a little cheaper than Cinderella's table.
Okay.
A little more expensive than Be Our Guest.
So did you guys stay on the strip then, or?
We stayed right at the beginning of the strip at Mandalay Bay.
Mandalay Bay. You know what? You said you were there in November.
That was the most recent one.
Right.
One in August, we stayed in
Mandalay Bay. Where'd you stay in November?
Tiki Village.
Tiki Village. Heaven was there in November.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her and her roommates, my two brothers and my sister were all there.
When was she there?
Oh, what was it? It was a few weeks before she came home. But oh man, it was like horrible stories. That's what I heard. It was horrible. The night before they were to leave and come back, they decide to go out. And my sister decides to bring a fifth of Jack Daniels. Right. And, they're taking shots in the Uber on the way to the bar.
Oh.
And she's like, yeah, we probably won't drink this tonight. Well, by the time they went to this place that we went to when we went for my brother-in-law's bachelor party called Hogs and Heifers.
Okay.
It's a biker bar.
A biker bar, okay.
Yeah, and it's just right off of Fremont Street.
Okay.
And basically, by the time they left, they were drinking out of the bottle after each other. So,
dang.
Yeah. And there was like a picture taken, and Heaven's like, everybody I talked to does not remember this picture being taken of all of us. But
that's a crazy night.
Yeah. My sister, before their flight, she got sick. And then on Heaven's flight, she got sick on the plane.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she just said she's like, I blame Aunt Lori and Uncle Kevin for this, is what she blamed. So, but
we were there the middle of November.
Okay. See it? That had to be pretty close.
Yeah, we were only there for a couple of days, so we were there the 14th and 15th.
Yeah, okay. You might have been there a week after, because I think they might have went in the first week of November, because she came home the week before Thanksgiving.
Okay. Yeah, we fortunately it worked out for us, because almost everybody else in like our Disney YouTube community was down here the week before that.
Right.
And they all left like that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so it worked out that we were able to go out to Vegas that Sunday, but that was cool.
Right.
Have meeting so many people that came down here.
I'll tell you what, when we was in Vegas, to me, it's an adult theme park. That's what Vegas is. That's what it is. And I tell you what, I've been to places like Chicago and every place like that where you see people on the streets, will work for food and everything. The people in Las Vegas are creative. I'll tell you that much. I seen a guy holding a sign that said, "Family was killed by a Sith Lord. Need $1,000 for a lightsaber." Is what it was said.
Okay.
And then there was another one that said, "My wife got a sex change and ran off with my girlfriend." It was like different stuff. I'm like, it's like I understand he's asking for money, but he's got some creativity that I would like to give him money for. I mean, at least you're putting some thought into it.
We didn't see much of that. Now we also didn't go down to like the old strip. Like we didn't go down Fremont Street.
Right. That's a whole different animal. Fremont Street.
We like they had Vegas days when we were there in November, but I was like, I'm not gonna go down there. I'm not in the mood to party. I'm just actually in the mood to relax.
Right.
And so, but there was like apparently on Fremont Street every night there was like 50,000 people.
Oh wow!
For Vegas days.
Party. Well, we got a guy he lives up in Minnesota, but he's from Union City. He runs a radio show up there. His name is Chris Hockey. He actually is a musician, and Margie and I was walking down Fremont Street, and there wasn't very many people on it when we were walking. I look over and they got this guy playing. I look up and it says CH, and I look at it and I look at him and I look at my wife and I said, "That's Chris Hockey." She goes, "Who is he?" I said, "He's from Union City." And we actually went to the back and talked to him and everything like that. And,
That's cool.
yeah, it was really neat. But yeah, Fremont Street, like I said, I don't know how to say this where it's family friendly, but you'll see women wearing nothing but tassels at the same time as watching a family 4 walk by her. And you're standing there going, this isn't right. This is just not right.
The second trip that we did, we didn't take Mylene. The first trip we did, Mylene went with us.
Right.
But like there was still a lot for us to do without, like a lot of people, like you said, it is an adult theme park, but there is still a lot to do. It's not all like you can have fun. And what I like to tell people after experiencing this, you can have fun in Vegas without partying,
right?
Without sex, because sex is all over the place, and without gambling. There's a bunch to do. One of the other things that we did is go out to, they call them the 7 Magic Mountains,
right?
And so it's basically an art installation in the middle of the desert.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So it's stuff like that. You find different things. The next thing we want to do when we go back out there is do some shows.
Right.
My wife and I love the Jabberwockies, so we want to see that.
Oh yeah.
We love Cirque du Soleil, so I would love to see maybe even 2 of those different shows because they have so many of them out there.
Right.
And then the Grand Canyon. We want to go see that next time.
Okay. Well, I know. I don't know if he still has a show out there. We went and seen Terry Fader.
Yeah, I believe I saw his name out there. I could be wrong.
Yeah. When it comes to ventriloquist, Jeff Dunham has nothing on this guy. Of course, he won America's Got Talent.
Right.
Yeah. So we seen that, and then we went and seen a show. I can't remember where it was, but they were all impersonators.
Okay.
So they had like a Adele impersonator, they had an Elvis impersonator, they had a Prince impersonator, and my wife, she just loved it because of course they got up and sang all the hits and everything.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
Yeah, I think Las Vegas had for a long time been trying to change itself to more of a family friendly. And I think on the Strip you get that, but you're not going to get that down on Fremont Street.
I don't know. It's still crazy. I guess from what I've heard, they've cleaned it up a bit. But if you don't like the smell of weed, which I definitely don't like the smell of weed, don't go to Vegas.
Oh wow. I don't remember that too much, but
it's you walk down the street and it's just in your face.
Oh wow.
So it's not constantly, but it's pretty prevalent.
Right.
And so if you're not into that kind of stuff, it's all over the place there now. They even have the world's largest dispensary in Vegas.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. The only reason I know this because I saw it on the side of a taxi cab.
Now, one of the things Margie and I did do, we went to the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop.
What up, Wazowski?
Hey, Mike.
We didn't. I wanted to, but our schedule and timing didn't allow us to.
Right.
I wanted to go down. We passed by it at night just to check, just to be like, oh, look, there it is. But
right. Well, when we stayed there, we stayed at the D.
Okay.
Which is the place they always go to. They're from, so it was just down the street. Margie and I just walked there. But then they had a shuttle that would take you to Count's Customs. So
okay. But
that shop, those camera angles make that shop look huge. I'll tell you that. Yeah. It is not that big in there.
Well, it's just hey, one Kelly. Little area here and one little area there.
Yeah, that's
what up, Kelly? Is. How's it going?
But
yeah, Katrina, if you don't like that smell, I'm telling you, it's all over the place.
But so you guys went to a candlelight processional here just recently too, right?
Yep, our very first time.
I think I actually joined the live stream at the end when you guys were doing Harmonious.
Yes. Yeah, that was our very first time watching the candlelight processional. I don't know why we've never gone before, right. But if you're able to plan your vacation around the candlelight processional at Epcot, it is a must do. It is amazing.
Right.
Um, Granted, there may be certain celebrities you prefer to see. I don't care what celebrity it is, just go watch it.
Right.
I mean, if it if your schedule's flexible, watch it more than once. It was fantastic.
Right.
What I liked about it a lot too was how the whole choir is cast members this year.
Oh, wow. I think I remember hearing you on the live stream saying that too.
Yeah, and so that that adds just another layer. I mean, we know that Disney has amazing cast members, but
Right.
here there's what, I don't know, 100. I don't know how big the choir is. I think it's
Right.
like 200 people or something like that. So it's awesome.
Right. But yeah, I did see Orlando Mike got to meet Jodie Benson.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw that the other day too. I know last night I was over there right after the last processional, and Diz Our Dream was waiting to see if they could meet her, but he never saw her. They don't know if she stayed in the back or
Right.
if they just missed her in the crowd, but they were waiting around to see her and never did.
Oh, wow. So I will tell you one story. It ended up not being true. You know that Chris Evans was there not too long ago.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So Heaven gets off work. Margie calls Heaven and says, "Did you see Chris Evans?" And she goes, "Chris Evans was at Walt Disney World?" Margie said, "Yeah, he was there today." And she goes, "We had a VIP come in. He had a ball cap on and everything like that." And Margie said, "Did he have a mustache and a beard?" And Heaven goes, "Yeah." And Margie sent him a picture of Chris Evans. And she looks at it and says, "Okay, I'm going to have to let you go. I'm going to have to go back because I got to ask somebody about this." but it turned out it wasn't Chris Evans. So it would have been great if it wasn't Chris Evans. And because she's like totally doesn't even pay attention to who's walking in or nothing like that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was operating at a ride and I saw plaids walk up, I mean, when I'm walking around and I see a plaid, I stop and look to see if I recognize them. The only time I've had a celebrity walk in front of me so far, I didn't recognize them. I recognized the vlogger that was with them.
Ah, gotcha.
It was funny because I was live for, I believe it was Happily Ever After.
Okay.
And JoJo walked past and I was like, "Hey guys, look, it's JoJo." He's walking in front of a group. And that was the day he was there with Paula Abdul, and she walks right behind him. And in my live, you see him, and then you see from here up on her. Like, I didn't know Paula Abdul was so little.
Right.
But yeah, I just went back and chuckled about it because I was like, wow, here's Paula Abdul, who I've watched since the 80s, and
I recognize the vlogger as well.
Yeah.
Well, I think also they try to make themselves so they aren't so recognized as well a lot of times too.
I mean, they literally were just walking like normal people, no issue. Like,
so she wasn't wearing like a cap or anything to like cover up who she was. Oh wow.
No. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And then throughout the day, like in JoJo's vlogs, throughout the day, they did little TikTok dances and stuff like that in the middle of the park. So they weren't trying to hide who they were. It was it was cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I think that's funny. I had Heaven. She called. She's like, "Dad, who's Tracy Morgan?" Like, "You don't know who Tracy Morgan is?" And she goes, "No." She goes, I put him on Small World." I'm like, "Oh." I said, "Well, he was on Saturday Night Live and he was on 30 Rock." And she goes, "I still don't know who he is." But
and he was on a bunch of movies.
Yeah, and she said that what was it? They got him on the boat and they gave him the boat in front and the boat behind empty. And when he got in, a guy actually got up and was getting ready to shake his hand, and Heaven hit the button and sent the boat so the guy couldn't shake his hand.
Dang.
Yeah.
I haven't been on Small World in a long time.
So, when was the last time you were at the park?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
I
So,
went to Epcot after watching the new Cirque du Soleil show.
oh, okay. Okay. So is the Christmas feeling at least in the park right now?
Um,
I mean, I know they got
yeah.
all the decorations and everything, but
So in Hollywood, big time.
right,
In Epcot, it is because you have the Festival of the Holidays.
right,
Um, which the Festival of the Holidays, if you're into live entertainment and seeing the different Santas from around the world, they do a great job with that, and those are back. Um, I don't feel the Christmas spirit in Magic Kingdom.
okay,
Yes, they have the tree up, they have all the decorations, but there's no color.
okay.
It's all gold,
Oh wow.
and
Is
gold doesn't really pop.
do you think it's because of the 50th that they're trying to keep it all gold?
Yes,
Yeah, I mean, they could have done like an iridescent, like something around. uh, You know what I mean?
it's 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 plain, it's boring. Um, like it's like they just threw up gold everywhere.
Right. But is it that
Um,
surprising? They've messed up before.
but if you go to Hollywood, in my opinion, has the best Christmas decorations anyway.
Right.
So at Hollywood, it's really cool. The Snope there, as we call it,
Right.
it's like a blizzard at some points. So don't have your drink or food out,
Right.
because it will get in it or in your eyes or your mouth. So Hollywood definitely. Animal, I couldn't tell you. I haven't been to Animal in a long time.
Right. Right. So,
I went one day in November with Pete McDevitt and family and stuff, and Chris Dad builds.
right.
But other than that, like, I realize we don't go to Animal Kingdom enough.
Right. Right. And, you know, I always said I think Animal Kingdom is probably the most relaxing park that Walt Disney World has down there, too.
Yeah.
You just don't feel like you're rushed or anything like that. And there's always
Mhm.
some kind of entertainment from some different culture going on and everything like that, where you can just, while you're walking through, just stop and watch. And, you know, so where
They're finally bringing that back,
yeah.
because for a while none of that was around, and
Well,
so
I'm sure.
it was really boring.
Right.
They have this new Kite Tail show. Like,
Yeah.
just stop it. Just have the cast members do something different.
Well,
You know,
I really thought that was going to be replacing Rivers of Light. That's what I thought it was going to do. I thought it was going to be a nighttime show. And then I see it. I'm like, okay.
yeah, a couple jet skis pulling a big giant kite.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. And then what? They got Blue stuck in a tree. So-
I mean, hey, things happen. I don't knock him for it not working out.
right.
Getting things stuck. But I mean, how many meetings, how much money was wasted in meetings for this to get approved?
Right. And you know,
And
the thing is they probably thought of it because somewhere kites is probably some kind of cultural experience in some country. But you know, for
it could be, but I think this is one of those things. I think this is proof of one of those things that they're handcuffing the Imagineers.
right. That's true. I
Because,
see that.
I mean, a kindergartner could have come up with, oh, let's fly kites.
Right.
And then if the big kites aren't working for some reason, do you know what their B mode is?
No, what's that?
Their B mode is like literal lawn kites get pulled behind the jet skis.
Are you serious?
Like they stack them like 5 high.
Oh, yes, I did see that. Yes.
Come on, like, no. You're wasting people's time and money.
See, now if you pull the kite and it exploded, then you gotta show.
The only problem is it's Animal Kingdom, so they don't do fireworks because they're animals.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But-
I mean, it's hard to do a show there because of the animals. I get that.
Right.
And I think that they wasted a lot of time and money in the design of that whole water arena.
Right.
And they're kind of stuck with it now because now they have this moat that goes all the way around the park,
Right.
and that big water area is what connects that whole moat together. So
Right.
I don't know.
You know what they could do? They could do a fountain show like the World of Color.
Yeah.
That would probably be better. I mean, and when they do that, you can project stuff onto that water and do all kinds of stuff with animal images and everything like that. I think that would
Yeah.
be a good idea to do.
That's something they could definitely do for sure.
But I liked River a lot, or what was it called? I can't even
River of
remember.
Light, I think.
Yeah, I liked it.
I was never a fan of that show.
I think I liked the original show better than what they changed it to, when they actually had like performers on boats and everything like that. So
Yeah, because the second one was lame.
Yeah.
The second version of it was lame.
So, but But I'll tell you what, I was watching your live stream and I was very upset that you not have one thumbs down for Harmonious, where I did a reaction video, and just because I said I liked it, people thumbs down the video.
So Jeff from Diz Our Dream talked about it a little bit, because he calls it horrendous.
Right.
He doesn't call it harmonious. He's like, no, I'm not going to go watch Horrendous tonight. And so we used to watch, when you come up to the World Showcase, right in the middle, there's the two stores.
Right.
And then in between that, by the water, it slopes a little bit. There's a stage, and then you have the water.
Right.
We used to, that was the prime location to watch it. And I loved it. Anyone who comes to the park, I recommend you go there and you watch it. But now, for Festival of the Holidays, the geniuses of Disney screwed everybody by putting decorations up on the stage to block the water.
Oh, wow.
So now you can't see the barges, as big as they are, as ugly as they are. Now you can't even see the barges for the show. So there is not one good spot to watch Harmonious now.
Wow.
I tried watching it from that location. It sucked. Tried watching it as I was leaving last night. I was walking from the American Pavilion over towards France to leave out on the boat.
Right.
And as I was walking, I was looking to see, okay, how does it look from here? And from Japan, you probably had the best view, but it still wasn't great because you had trees in your way. And so now, like I told Jeff last night, I'm like, after they put decorations on the stage and blocked your view, Harmonious sucks.
Right.
You can't see and so I understand what he's saying now when they're talking about it's not a good show because you can only see it from one direction. I think what they should have done is that middle Stargate thing.
Right.
It should have rotated.
Yeah, yeah.
If it rotated so that at any given point, no matter where you're at, you get a direct view, maybe rotate it for each song, right?
Right.
Because if you do that, and you don't have to rotate it 360 because you see it from both sides. So you just got to rotate it, I don't know, 90 degrees and then back, right?
Right.
I think if you did that, that would give more viewing opportunity, and then it would be a much more enjoyable show. The songs I like, a lot of people hate them, but I like them. Some of them you can dance to and have fun to. They're all not the greatest, but I like them.
Well, I think some of the stuff I like how they put a lot of it into like their national language too. Is some of the stuff I liked, and I was not a big fan of Illuminations, so of course I'm gonna like something that's not Illuminations. So I did like Epcot Forever, but everybody knew that wasn't going to be around for a long period of time.
One thing that I saw last night that now I'm like, oh, I want to do this. I knew at Magic Kingdom you could do the fireworks in the boat,
right?
In the pontoon boat. So you're out in the Seven Seas Lagoon and they play the music and you can see the fireworks.
Right.
You can't see the projections or anything, but you see the fireworks. You can do that at Epcot,
Right. I have seen people do that.
but you're in the middle of the fireworks there.
Yeah.
That seems pretty dope.
So Katrina says, so don't even watch the show till after the holidays.
Yeah, I agree. So when you go, Katrina, maybe you can sit on somebody's shoulders and you can see over the decorations. It sucks. It does now. I was so upset. I was like, you don't even need the decorations for the stupid show you're doing on the stage. Like
Right.
you're singing and dancing. No one cares about the decorations. We care about what we can see for this show that you designed that you can, because the only other direction to see head on is in from US.
Right.
But you can't do that because there's the massive stage back there.
Right. Right.
Like, I don't know. I understand why so many more people don't like it, but you know.
Well, that they've also.
I like the message. I like the message.
Yeah,
the message is all about us coming together as one. And
right. But they also put it out there that this was the largest nighttime show that any Disney park had done and everything like that. And it seems like it was just kind of thrown together and really not thought about. So, but I meant, and you said have it turn 90 degrees. Why not put 4 stargates up there like a box where you can see it from all sides? So, well, I guess I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. So,
I mean, they do some great things with it. I don't want to give too many spoilers for other people, but it's just disappointing that now we have to wait until January before the stupid Christmas trees are taken off of the stage so you can see again.
Right.
Yeah.
So
stand on their ECV, Katrina. You can do that.
So have you been keeping up with Marvel?
A little bit. We have been keeping up with the new Hawkeye show.
Yes.
First 2 episodes I loved. Third episode I did not love.
Okay.
I think the show is okay. It's different.
Yeah.
I like it. It's not that I don't like it, but I still like it.
Right.
It's not I don't know, it doesn't have that Marvel like strength feel. I don't know.
Well, it's usually
it feels almost like I mean, this is gonna sound weird because it is a Disney show, but it feels like a Disney show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like one of those like I Love Carly or one of those like the new Doogie Howser show, which I like. I've watched that whole first season.
Right. I think what it is you kind of got to stick with it because eventually they're going to end up taking it and relating it to everything that's happening is what it's going to do. So I can't wait for Spider-Man to come out here pretty soon.
Spider-Man looks amazing.
Yes.
And I remember Katrina and I talking about it a little bit before with so many things going on before we knew how long the movie was.
Right.
I said, this movie, to even have a shot at being good, needs to be 2.5 to 3 hours long.
Right.
And she was like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, if they don't do that, the movie's going to suck. And so I was good. I was happy to find out that it's just over 2.5 hours long.
Oh, wow. So, I think they're doing a good job of not showing Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield at all.
So I agree with that. However, there is a website that leaked the full cast.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
Oh, there's always going to be somebody who leaks something.
It was funny because it was a website similar. It wasn't IMDb, but it was a site similar to that.
Right.
And so they posted the movie poster, and then they posted the full cast, and those that you mentioned are in it. Right. And it was funny because the person who posted it was like, "Oh, somebody's going to lose their job." So yeah, I can't wait for that either. Right. I don't know when we're going to see it. I didn't buy tickets yet. Um, I know with a lot of people getting more comfortable going to the movies and stuff. I know, from what I've heard, the first day is pretty much sold out.
Right.
But we'll go see it eventually. I'm not in a hurry.
Right. I told Margie, I said, we've never been to an IMAX theater.
Okay.
And I said, I think this would be a good movie to go see for our first IMAX.
Do you guys have true IMAX? Like the real big screen?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, everything we have around us. I mean, if I want to go see it for cheap, I can go over to where Margie's from and we can see it for $2 on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh, wow. Nice.
But
yeah, it's definitely going to be cool. I love going to the AMC theater not too far from here. We have the Dolby Cinema in there.
Right.
And so you have 300, it's 360 degree sound. So you have sound all the way around. Your chair has like woofers underneath that vibrate.
Oh, wow.
And then on the ceiling, they have subwoofers on top.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've never been in a place like that.
The Dolby Cinema is the best. Like I love it way more than IMAX.
Right.
Because you also get these beautiful like reclining chairs, kick your feet up. It's all motorized,
Right.
They're big. You don't have to worry about sharing the armrest with the next person.
Right.
And they're stationed in pairs of 2.
Right. Right.
So, because some other places that we've gone to where you get to recline, it's all just, like traditional movie. It's just one row. We do have one big IMAX, and the reason I asked big is because IMAX, they rebranded several years ago from being this big old movie theater to now we are a movie experience that we can put in any theater.
Right. Well, I think what it is, it's also because of a certain camera they use for IMAX as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They rebranded away from that. So they still do that. But like at here in Altamont, they have an IMAX theater, but it's not a giant screen. It is just the IMAX sound, so to say.
Okay.
So here, when you look for IMAX, there's only one true theater, and it's down at it's called Point Orlando on International Drive.
Right.
We went and saw The Dark Knight when that came out.
Right. Now that's the one with Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
And that one was filmed with the IMAX. Yeah.
That was the very first feature-length film to be filmed with IMAX cameras. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember seeing a documentation where the guy actually had to have some kind of rig and everything to be able to carry the camera around and everything like that.
I mean, that opening scene where they're gliding down the wire to the bank on that screen, it felt like you were going on the thing with them.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. That was probably my favorite Batman movie from that trilogy or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I love that was amazing.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought it was great. And usually I don't watch much DC, but I had who was it? My sister turned me on to the Umbrella Academy.
Okay,
have you ever seen it?
I've heard of it, never seen it.
Oh, you'd love it, believe me.
Okay,
let's see. So she didn't tell me there was only 2 seasons. So I thought I was going to sit down and like binge watch this whole entire thing. And then I get to the end. I'm like, there was only 2 seasons. She says, ha ha, now you got to wait with the rest of it. So I was like, what? So I found the Titans and started watching them. So it turned out to be really good. The Titans.
My kids like the Titans.
Yeah.
They grew up watching Teen Titans.
Right.
And then watching Titans was a lot darker.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But there's a lot of F-bombs tossed around in that show.
I've never been a huge DC fan.
Right.
I don't know, man. they just don't do good movies, in my opinion.
I think if they
I,
have
I like the I like the Aquaman.
yeah. Well, I mean, he looks a lot
And
different than what I remember him, but yeah.
the first Wonder Woman I didn't mind.
Right. That
The
was probably
second
about the
one,
best one. Yeah.
yeah, the second one,
Yeah.
um,
But then somebody did point out the first Wonder Woman
uh-huh.
is just Captain America.
I'm fine with that though. That's probably why it was good. Like,
Right.
that's okay. It's the what is it? Justice League?
Yes.
I did not like that. I didn't even like the remake.
You didn't like the Snyder cut?
Nah.
Man, I sat there for almost 4 hours watching that.
Oh no, I watched it. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for this to get better since people said it's so much better. I'm like, this is the same damn thing. It's just darker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like literally, they dimmed all the colors, and I'm like, this is pointless.
Right.
I've never been a huge DC fan.
No.
Like, I love Batman,
You're right.
but I don't love the 70s Batman.
Right.
I liked Michael Keaton.
Yes.
And then I didn't like anyone else until The Dark Knight.
Well, he's supposed to show up in the Flash movie.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, because something happens where the Flash, where he's actually can change universe.
Okay.
And he ends up in the universe where Michael Keaton is Batman.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
What I'm really curious about is seeing how this Diamond Vampire looks as Batman.
A Diamond Vampire as Batman?
Yeah, the guy who played in what's that vampire movie?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the girls watched it. I didn't watch it.
Yes.
The guy that played Edward in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know his name. I know who Taylor Lautner is, and he wasn't that guy.
Yeah, hey, we'll see.
Right.
Yes, Twilight. Thank you.
Yes. I always thought Gerard Butler would make a good Batman.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. So
I like Gerard Butler and I like Liam Neeson, but
yeah.
I find those two do roles too similar to their other roles.
Right.
Like a lot of Gerard Butler's recent stuff, it all has that same feel.
Right.
But I like him as an actor.
I know in the Titans, they got the guy that was in Game of Thrones that played Bruce Wayne in Titans.
Okay. I've only seen a couple episodes of that, so I don't know much about that.
Right.
But I don't know. Like Suicide Squad.
Right.
The first one definitely didn't do anything for me. The first one I couldn't even finish.
Right.
The second one I finished and I was just like, what? Like a giant starfish that throws other starfish.
That is a real thing. That is a real thing from the comic books.
Let it. Whoever writes those comics, bye. Like,
so you're saying it did not translate to movie very well, is what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is I'm a Marvel fan and not a DC fan. So
well,
it's unfair for me to critique them because
Right.
I know there's a bunch of people. Like I have a couple of friends from work who love DC,
Right.
and when Suicide Squad came out, and then they saw that stupid starfish, they went wild over it. They loved it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was done by James Gunn.
Okay.
So, but he's the one who did Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. No, I'm saying,
yeah.
My point is, it doesn't matter who you put there. If you're not a fan of the trash, it's still trash.
Well, I think the thing where you got the DC versus Marvel, I like Marvel, but I do like DC as well, but I like Marvel better. I feel like DC is in a fantasy type world where Marvel is more like in our world, like it actually exists in the world we live in.
So
And
it's
I
more
think,
relatable.
yeah, that's what I think
Yeah.
it is. I think just Stan Lee was more relatable, is what it was with the people that read his comics and everything like that. And I think that actually carried over to the movies, which is
Yeah.
really funny. Is Marvel is suing Stan Lee's family right now.
Really?
Yes. And what it is I guess what it is the family's coming out saying that they should be getting money from these movies because they're saying Stan Lee was he he wasn't getting a salary from Marvel. He was a contract and he's contractor, and he sold his ideas to Marvel. So they should get that, where Disney's saying no, he worked for Marvel. Any idea he had belongs to Marvel, and now we own Marvel. So, and
I
they,
mean, that's
I guess they just already went through this with, I think it was either Steve Ditko's family or Jack Kirby's. I can't remember, and they ended up settling out of court on that one. But
if I would be very surprised if that family doesn't settle out of court and they keep going through this. I'll be very surprised if they get awarded anything.
right.
Because traditionally, when you work, even if you're a contractor for a company,
right.
you come up with an idea that is now intellectual property of that company.
Right. Well, that's why I think it's now Marvel suing Stan Lee. They're not asking for anything. They're just wanting to put an end to this of families trying to sue them for stuff that one of their past family members had done. So
that's a bunch of people who don't want to work.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
But yeah, I mean, and then of course I think Disney Plus has got a lot of, obviously you watch Disney Plus. One of the things that are coming up I can't wait for is the Book of Boba Fett, which looks like it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So I have yet to see something I have not liked when it comes to Marvel or Star Wars. Well, I didn't watch that last one where they did the anime.
The Bad Batch.
No. I'm talking about they did where they did Star Wars and the anime is what they did. They had I can't remember what it was called, but I watched the first one.
I didn't watch that either. Then
I just didn't like it, and I think what it was they were going to do different anime artists for each episode.
Okay.
And I seen the first one, and I didn't even give it another try. I probably should go back, but
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
The Star Wars shows that they've been doing, like Mando, is really good. Our friend Gonzo is going to be doing the Watch Party lives again for that.
Right.
So that's going to be, something for people who like to be up and watch it, because that's too early for me, but it's going to be I think it's another good series to watch.
Right.
Just like I can't wait for Kenobi.
Yes.
I mean, they're bringing back Hayden, even though people didn't like him. They're bringing back Hayden Christensen to be Vader.
I liked Hayden. I really did.
I didn't mind him.
And what most people didn't understand was he was only following the direction of George Lucas, is what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kyle, thanks for coming in.
What up, Kyle? I can't wait for both of those shows. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, so we got Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian 3. We got Obi-Wan coming out. I don't remember what else they had coming after that, but there was lots of stuff coming out. And then Marvel, it's just like Marvel is now, they're just a powerhouse. That's it. It's like they've got to be the number one thing for Disney right now. Yeah,
for sure.
But the only problem is having this new buildup and everything after Endgame and everything. It's like, are they going to be able to find a villain like Thanos to give you that, that feeling of destruction? But
I think they can. They just have to decide which one they're going to go with.
I really think if they go with Doom, either Doom or Kang.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would be really good. But of course, if you do Doom, you're going to have to bring in the Fantastic Four here pretty soon.
Well, and I've heard that's but if you do Doom to me is still, while he's up here, he's not Thanos.
Right.
you got to go even bigger. You got
So
to
you
go
think
like
Galactus?
Galactus. Yeah.
I can
I
see
think you
that.
could use Doom and those to help build up to that and bring in
Right.
the Fantastic Four and bring in all these other people that you need
Right.
to have some kind of mega battle that everyone's going to die. That's
Right.
what's going to happen.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But
They're going to have to be bringing in the X-Men. I would like to see them start the X-Men off without a Wolverine, like how the original X-Men started off, and then eventually work to having Wolverine come in.
that's just so hard for them
Right.
because
That Wolverine's like their number one X-Man.
it's like it's almost like saying let's make the Avengers without Iron Man.
Right.
Like that's not going to happen. I mean,
Right.
they even started the Avengers with doing Iron Man movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kyle, we talked about that a little bit ago. I can't wait for it. I think Spider-Man is going to be amazing.
Oh yeah.
I've never been a huge fan of multiverse stuff, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do this. But yeah, I can't wait for it. I didn't buy a ticket yet, but
I've heard rumors are that Tobey Maguire is even going to show up in the Doctor Strange movie.
Okay.
So I don't know if Andrew Garfield will or if it's just going to be Tobey. But I even heard they're talking about making a Spider-Man 4, Tobey Maguire.
So I heard that, and this is just a rumor, because I personally didn't read anything factual about it.
Right.
But I heard that Sony and Marvel already agreed to another trilogy.
Yes, with Tom Holland.
With Tom Holland.
Yeah, well, see, I think what they're talking about with this is they're talking about making a number 4, but somehow Tobey Maguire doesn't go back to his universe. He ends up in the same universe with Venom, Tom Hardy.
Okay.
And they do some kind of storyline there with those two, because Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's already defeated Venom in his universe.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
interesting.
But of course, there's all kinds of rumors out around.
Yeah.
But
we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I'm looking forward to all that stuff coming up. Yeah. I mean, we've been super busy with our channel, and that's one of the reasons that I didn't buy tickets or anything, because with so many people coming down to visit between work and traveling, because we travel a lot more now.
Right.
It's been crazy. Like, my daughter has to actually go to school for testing on Monday. Otherwise, we were going to go to DC and have lunch and look at, some of the stuff up there. But
right.
We have some more vlogs coming out. I have a Puerto Rico vlog that I need to come out with, because we went to lunch in Puerto Rico a few weeks ago.
Oh, awesome.
So that was great to walk around and see old San Juan. And but yeah, man, it's been crazy. It's been super busy.
Besides that kind of stuff, what else you got coming out? Anything else? Or
right now, no. I'm gonna finish getting these Vegas vlogs out, because I realized after going through all my footage, I have way more vlogs than I thought I did. I only thought I had a few, but apparently I recorded a lot.
You sure you didn't drink while you were there?
And
this is VP.
I barely slept. So if it sounds like I drank, it's just because I was sleep deprived.
Oh, that could probably be it too. Yeah.
I mean, literally one day after going to the Hoover Dam, I was falling asleep driving and ended up pulling over a truck stop I had and slept for like 2 hours until the car got too hot.
Right.
But we have more Vegas vlogs coming out. Eventually, the Puerto Rico little vlog will come out. And then just us going live in the park from time to time is what we're doing right now. I do. One of the things that I want to do, and we touched on it briefly earlier, is the different storytellers that they have at Epcot.
Right.
I want to record all of them and put vlogs out. I don't know if what I'll probably do is do a vlog for each one, and then one that has bits and pieces of all of them, so that people who want to watch a really long one can do that, or they can just watch the one they want.
Right. Yeah. So basically, you're making the regular video and then the Mar version. Because she's always like, you need to make these for people who have short attention spans.
Well, it's funny because my In and Out and the Seven Magic Mountains,
Yeah.
anyone can watch those. They're less than 3 minutes.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So,
All right, VP. Hey, thank you for coming on. This has been
thank
great. Hopefully, I can have you on again. We'll have another conversation. So I think this was fun. I actually had fun doing this.
Thank you. Me too.
But so that's going to be it. I did contact somebody to be my guest next week. I haven't heard from them yet. So I was looking to get Midlife Vibes on.
Okay. So well, hopefully they can.
Yep. If not, I think I got a backup. So, but once again, thank you, VP. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for coming in. And I hope to see you for the next That's a Wrap next Saturday at 10:30. We'll see you later.
Good night. Thank you, everyone.